Hey, what's up, guys? It's Sports Blitz here, and we're back with another NFL mock draft. Before I get into it, guys, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Guys, I think I have a pretty good mock draft here for you today. Before we get into it, I know that not all of you guys are going to love this mock draft, but let's be completely real here. No mock draft is ever 100% accurate. I know there's going to be stuff here that I'm wrong about. You don't need to tell me that my mock is terrible because we don't know yet. But but yeah, definitely let me know in the comments section who you would like your team to draft. I'll definitely let you know my opinions on it, but let's go ahead and get on into it. Guys, I'm not really buying all the smoke with the top two picks with, a lot of rumors of it being Trayvon Walker. I think the top two picks are going to end up being Aiden Hutchinson and KT. I really see that happening. I think the Lions are too high on KT. I really don't think there's really too many off the field issues. I think a lot of that is kind of just the media talking. I think with a lot of draft rumors, you kind of just got to take it with a grain of salt. I I really don't see the Lions passing on KT. Number 3, I have the Texans going with Sauce Gardner. This is just a best player available situation. I mean, he's really good. I think Derek Stingley could also be, an absolute freak corner in this draft. I think he may have higher potential than Gardner. If Stingley works out, I think he's really gonna work out. But Gardner, I think, is more pro ready, and I think is a safer pick too. But yeah, I think that'd be an awesome pick for the Texans. Number 4, I have the Jets going Jermaine Johnson. Those of you who have watched my channel for a while know how high I am on this kid. I've compared him to Brian Burns and Von Miller multiple times. I freaking love this kid. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. So number 5, I have the Giants going Evan Neal. I don't think I need to explain that pick too much. 6, Panthers going Malik Willis. Again, don't think I need to explain that pick too much. 7, sorry, you can kind of see 7 and 8 right there, but 7, I have the Giants actually going Trayvon Walker. I mean, if you pair him up with Azeez Ojulari, I mean, that pass rush is going to be quite a bit better. Pass rush was definitely a spot for the Giants last year where they struggled. They really weren't doing too great. And Walker, he can play on the edge or inside. I mean, heck, he could honestly, you could probably put him back at linebacker and he could cover. He can do literally anything. Like he's kind of a freak athlete. And I think the Giants really like that versatility. Number 8, with Walker and, really the top pass rushers off the board here, I decided to go with Garrett Wilson instead of a guy like a Kyle Hamilton. Just because, guys, right now, if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons' number 1 wide receiver is Olamide Zaccheaus. And, well, that's not very good. I know they have Kyle Pitts. He's a tight end, obviously, so, But they need more weapons. Marcus Mariota isn't going to get a fair evaluation there, with crap for weapons. So we're going to give him the, in my opinion, best receiver in the draft in Garrett Wilson, and we'll see how good Mariota can really be. I think he can pull out a pretty good year. 19, I have the Seahawks going Ikem Ekwonu. Guys, again, you guys know how much I love Icky. This is a guy that could very well possibly go in the top 5. I think it's very possible he can go to the Texans. I think the Giants are a real possibility. Jets, yeah, they're a possibility, but I really like their offensive line. I really do. I'm not giving up on Mekhi Becton yet. Um, so, but I mean, it's still a possibility that they want him instead of like George Fant. So, but yeah, Icky is a guy that could definitely go top 5. I love this kid. I debated putting Charles Cross here just because Cross is more of a pass blocking tackle, and really the last few years the Seahawks have been more of a pass first team. But I personally feel like where they don't have their franchise quarterback right now, and really for the future to come, I don't know how much longer Pete Carroll's going to coach. For the time being, and I think years to come, I think they're going to want to be back to a run first team. And Icky, he can move people off the line. He is an insanely good run blocking tackle. I think he'll still be really solid in pass blocking too. I really love Icky. Number 10, I have the Jets going with Jameson Williams. This is a pick I have not made yet. I really debated on who to go for the Jets right here. I mean, with Sauce Gardner off the board, it was really tough. I really debated on going Charles Cross. I debated going, obviously, Jameson Williams here. I debated on Kyle Hamilton, and I even debated on Derek Stingley. Ultimately, I decided on Jameson Williams because, I mean, this is a rumor that I could actually kind of get behind, that I'm believing has a body to it. There's been rumors that Jameson Williams could very well go top 10. And really, I think the only teams that make sense here are Falcons and Jets. You could argue possibly even the Giants, but I don't know. I think they're going to stick with what they have. I mean, they've got Kadarius Toney, who when he's healthy, he's really good. And I mean, they're already paying Kenny Golladay too much to try to replace that right now. So, but yeah, and where the Falcons already took a receiver, I could see the Jets taking him. He's a pretty solid route runner. Not my favorite route runner in the draft, but he's solid. Has really good hands. Really fast. If Zach Wilson can get even better at the deep ball this year, that's gonna be a really fun connection to watch. I'd really be interested to see how that Wilson to Williams connection is. Number 11, Washington. I'm going with Derek Stingley again. I mean, like I said before, guys, if you go back to Stingley's freshman and sophomore years, I mean, he was locking up Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson in practice. And again, yeah, I know it's practice. It's not, real full speed game. But I mean, if you can lock up those type of guys, you clearly have some real potential. I mean, there was talk before about him being number 1 overall pick. So again, if he's healthy, he can be an absolute freak. And Washington really needs some help in that secondary. I mean, they've still got a really solid pass rush. Obviously, they've lost Matt Ioannidis, but they've still got Chase Young, Deron Payne, Montez Sweat. They've got some good players there. So you fix up the secondary, make it a serviceable defense again. Washington's going to start winning some more games. So I really like Stingley to Washington too. I think it's a solid fit. Number 12, I have the Vikings going Jordan Davis. I really debated on Kyle Hamilton right here. I was so close to pulling the trigger and going with Kyle Hamilton, but we went Jordan Davis instead. I don't think he's gonna be just a 2-down player like everybody's saying. I think he's gonna be on the field all 3 downs. I think he's gonna develop into a better pass rusher than people give him credit for. I get that, yeah, Trayvon Walker and Devontae Wyatt were the better pass rushers in Georgia, but you've got to realize Davis was eating up a lot more double teams, allowing those other players to, get to the quarterback faster. Um, so yeah, I mean, Davis is really good. I think the Vikings would be kind of dumb to pass up on him. But that opens up for the Texans their chance to get Kyle Hamilton, which, I mean, really, it'd even be a solid idea for them to get him number 3 overall, to be honest. So if he falls clear to number 13, I mean, I'd say that's an absolute steal of a draft for the Texans. Getting Sauce Gardner and Kyle Hamilton, I'm not a Texans fan personally, but if I was, I'd be pretty stoked about this draft. Number 14, I have the Ravens going Andrew Booth. This is kind of another fit that over time I've really started liking more and more and more. Booth is actually pretty similar to Marcus Peters in a lot of ways. I mean, he's fast. He's a ball hawk. He just really fits what the Ravens are doing. Like, and really where Marcus Peters, um, well, his contract is up after this year. I think it's just a perfect replacement. I really like the fit. And I think Ravens fans would be pretty stoked about it too. 15. Holy crap, I finally made a mock that didn't have Devin Lloyd right here. Guys, I still think Devin Lloyd's a really solid option here for the Eagles, and I love the fit. I think Devin Lloyd to the Eagles would be one of the best fits in the entire draft, but as I've said, I need to switch it up here and there. So we're going Devontae Wyatt right now, and this is going to be kind of the Fletcher Cox replacement. I mean, Devontae Wyatt's a stud. I mean, yeah, I know I said with Jordan Davis that he ate up, most of the double teams and everything. That's not discrediting Devontae Wyatt at all. That's just saying how big of a freak, Jordan Davis is. So yeah, I think putting Devontae Wyatt on that D line would do wonders for that defense. So then at number 16, I'm having the Saints go with Charles Cross. This is obviously their Teron Armstead replacement. I mean, they let their franchise tackle walk in free agency. I don't see the Saints as a team that even want a year of bad offensive line play. So getting Charles Cross would definitely be an upgrade for them. 17, I have the Chargers going Trevor Penning. This is another really good fit. I feel like for the Chargers, either Penning or Cross will be on the board right here. Whichever one's available, I think they go with. The more protection you have for Justin Herbert, the more he's gonna ball out. And I mean, really a combination with Penning and Slater, plus Corey Linsley in the middle. Like, that's a good offensive line. I would pay to see Justin Herbert behind that O-line. But 18 for the Eagles, I'm going with Trent McDuffie. This is, I think he'd be a really good replacement. Sorry, not a replacement, a pairing with Darius Slay. I've said multiple times this year that I have a first round grade on 7 corners in this draft. I don't necessarily think that all 7 will go in the first round. I just think there's seven that are deserving of it. I think McDuffie is definitely one of them that, makes it in the first round. And going to the Eagles, pairing him up with Darius Slay, I think that's going to be a nasty cornerback duo. 19, I have the Saints going Chris Olave. I'll admit, I was really tempted to go with Kenny Pickett right here, just because, I'm hearing some really loud rumors that the Saints really like Willis and Pickett. like really loud rumors. Like if you guys haven't heard them, you've probably been living under a rock. But I'm not sure how true it all is. Um, and I think really, if I'm not mistaken, they signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year deal. I think they just need to surround him with weapons. Chris Olave is an insanely good weapon for them to get. Really good route runner. Him and Garrett Wilson are really similar, actually. Both really, really good route runners. Super, super fast. Really good hands. Like, Olave's Olave's really good. I think he'd be nasty in the Saints system. 20, I have the Steelers actually getting Zion Johnson this time. Um, the reason I didn't go with Tyler Linderbaum is I'm not exactly sure what the Steelers want to do with their O-line. I could see them potentially wanting to move Kendrick Green back to center. They drafted him last year in the fifth round, fourth or fifth round, I believe. And he's pretty solid there, actually. So you get Zion Johnson, who really can play guard or center. You can switch them up, however you want. But really, if you put Tyler Linderbaum there, you don't have the option to put him at guard and put Kendrick Green at center. You kind of have to have Linderbaum at center. So I think the Steelers like the versatility right there. And Johnson, I think, could very well be a Pro Bowler his first year. He's that good. 21, I finally have the Patriots going Devin Lloyd. Guys, Lloyd is so good. I know a lot of people lowered their stock on him after the combine, but he's going to be good. This is a kid that I really think I don't think he's necessarily going to be like defensive rookie of the year, but he's going to have a really good season if he's healthy. I would definitely pay to see what he would do in the Patriots system. It'd be pretty nasty. 22, I have the Packers going with Treylon Burks. I debated on Drake London right here. I think Burks and London are really similar receivers, but I think Burks is a little bit better at what he does than London. Packers just really need a receiver. I know they signed Sammy Watkins today, but let's be honest, I don't think they're done at receiver. I mean, they lost both Devontae Adams and Valdez-Scantling. I don't think they're gonna get just one receiver before the season. 23, I have the Cardinals going Kaiir Elam. I mean, I've explained this pick multiple times. I really love Elam. I think he's super underrated. This may be a corner that might fall into the second round, early on in the second round. But I do have a first round grade on him, and where the Cardinals, need a corner anyways, I really think it's deserving. 24, I have the Cowboys going Tyler Linderbaum. I mean, they need center help, to be honest. And really, I feel like, was it Connor McGovern? I'm trying to think. Sorry, it was actually Tyler Biotish, at center. But I think they're going to try to put him back at, guard. And really, I think Linderbaum would be a huge upgrade regardless. And where over the past couple years, with their offensive line declining, you've seen Zeke's production also fall. And I think they kind of want to just get back to a point where they have that elite offensive line and, see if they can get Zeke back to performing like a top 5 running back. And really, I wouldn't put it past him. I think he's really talented. He's hard to tackle. He looked a lot faster this last year than he had in recent years. So, that was cool. I just think Linderbaum would be a steal of a pick for the Cowboys. 25, I have the Bills going Kenyon Green. I've explained this, or I've explained them getting an interior O lineman multiple times. They just need to be able to run the ball. I mean, obviously Josh Allen is great at his job, but you wanna make his job as easy as possible. They are not a very good team at running the ball, so if they can, get some better linemen in there, get better at it, I think they'll be in a much better position to run the ball. And I'm not a huge fan of Singletary or Zach Moss either, so I could see them potentially drafting a running back, later in the draft as well. But either way, they need to figure out how to run the ball, and Kenyon Green would definitely help with that. 26, I have the Titans going Drake London. I know this is a little bit late for London, but he's really similar to AJ Brown in my mind. I think a combination of him, AJ Brown, and Robert Woods would really make for one of the best receiving cores in the league. I think if Derrick Henry can come back and be healthy, the Titans offense can get back to being one of the best in the league. This year they definitely had a down year, but obviously, well, Henry was injured, AJ Brown was injured, Julio Jones was injured. They didn't have Robert Woods. So, I mean, you get those guys healthy and you add in Drake London, that offense is going to be much, much better. And this was also kind of like a best player available type of situation as well. 27, I have the Bucks going Jahan Dotson. I mean, obviously they've got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin already, but I mean, we've all seen how the Bucks are. They want as much firepower on that offense as possible. And Jahan Dotson is a playmaker. He simply just goes out there and makes plays. 28, I have the Packers going George Karlaftis. I really debated on David Ojabo right here. I even thought about Boye Mafe. Mafe is looking really good as well. But I think Karlaftis is going to be better at stopping the run than those other two. And I don't know. I don't know exactly if the Packers would want more, of a speedy edge rusher like David Ojabo that can get to the quarterback faster. Or if they want, a better, bulkier D end that can stop the run like Karlaftis. I'm kind of leaning more towards that option, but I think we'll have to see what happens. But Karlaftis is a solid pick. I mean, if you remember the beginning of the offseason, he was a projected top 15 pick. So I think this would definitely be a good pick for the Packers. 29, I have the Chiefs going with Daxton Hill. Obviously, their Tyrann Mathieu replacement. I know they got Justin Reed, but I mean, they also let go of Daniel Sorensen. And the Chiefs are a team that actually run a lot of 3 safety looks. So, yeah, even really whether they have Justin Reed or not, they want to get another safety so they can keep running some of those 3 safety looks. And Daxton Hill is an absolute beast. May be the hardest hitting safety in this class. He's really fun to watch. 30, I have the Chiefs now going David Ojabo. I think he's pretty similar to Frank Clark, to be honest. I think he covers better than Frank Clark. But I think he'd definitely be a big upgrade for the Chiefs' pass rush. 31, I have the Bengals going Nakobe Dean. This is just best player available. I don't see any outstanding needs for the Bengals right now. But getting Nakobe Dean would definitely improve that defense. 32, I have the Lions going Kenny Pickett. I don't know how realistic it is that Pickett falls this far in the draft, but if he does, I mean, I think him and Dan Campbell would make a really good combination. Um, I re- I really wouldn't put it past the Lions to get a quarterback this year, but I also think Dan Campbell genuinely likes Jared Goff, so it's hard to say. Um, and it could be a situation too that maybe the Lions like a different quarterback, but want to start Goff for a year so they can, develop that younger quarterback. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you thought of this mock in the comment section below. I'm sure some of you guys hated it, some of you guys loved it. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you next time. Later.